again, I'm waiting on the guidance of my controller to say when I could open the phone lines, because I want to open this initial episode of this show to the listening audience to weigh in on it. I also want to know, you could WhatsApp me on 682-2110. You could WhatsApp me on 682-2110. Kyle is back. Kyle, the air conditioner work? Kyle is back. They have him busy. He wearing about 14 different hats this morning. I appreciate the effort you're making to get the show on, Kyle. The numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. I would like to hear from you right now, and for the duration of this show, we're going to take your calls. I'm just dealing with a lot of messages and stuff one time, and I apologize for that. As you know, first day of a show. But if you want to weigh in on what is taking place in the country right now, I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it's a palace coup. That's what it is. I think that there's an orchestrated palace coup, and that is why there was no internal election in the PNM. Because if there was an internal election in the PNM, the financier's choice is Stuart Young. And if they had an internal election in the PNM, Stuart Young couldn't beat Penelope Beckles. She was going to be the de facto political leader of the PNM from that election, and Keith Rowley would continue on as prime minister until the election. But the moment he lost that political leadership to Penny, it would have been a horse of a different color. So that's where we're at. And Kyle, let me know when we have any calls or anything, right? 342-0081, 466-5391. And a special good morning going out to all of the people who have made it possible for this show to happen today, including the big man in the business, Iwer George. I have, what is this? That is for, no, but just what you have there? What I need that for? Oh, you have like a 110 close by me here, because I could charge with this. But I don't need it right now, but you'll let me know, right? Kyle is working magic behind the board here, and, well, you all know, my system is straightforward. We also take in WhatsApp, 682-2110. If you want to WhatsApp me your questions anonymously, you could. And as long as it's within the law of the land, we'll read the question. So let's talk about this that was sent to me. I need to take a brief break. You have ads that you could run. Do me that favor, please, because I need to make a call here. Yeah? Stand by social media. I'm leaving you with a green screen, and I apologize, but it's an important call.
You are listening to the Street 919 FM. Stay with us for news, interviews, and commentary that shape our democracy. Street 919 FM, the official station that defends the nation.
that as long as the members of the majority of the MPs signal to the president. But 76(1)(a) of the Constitution, and I could read that for you right now. I want to give it to the exact order of the words so you understand. And this is what people like Israel can miss. And I understand that he's a lawyer, but he's not a wordsmith. And he doesn't understand English language and grammar. And I want to show you why 76(1)(b) doesn't apply as long as Keith Rowley is the political leader of the party. And that's the thing. Keith Rowley remains the political leader of the PNM. And as long as the party has a leader, 76(1)(b), which is everybody writing letters to the president, doesn't arise. So I'll read 76(1)(a) for you so that we're clear. And I would like Israel Khan, if you have the time, call in and make your argument. But I'm saying to Trinidad and Tobago, the issue with the writing of letters and signaling who they support does not arise. The numbers to call into 91.9 are 342-0081 and 466-5391. We taking WhatsApps on 682-2110 until I find my way around inside of here. But Kyle is doing a wonderful job of making sure that I come across properly here. 76(1). Where there is occasion for the appointment of a prime minister, the president shall appoint as prime minister A. So this is 76(1)(a). A member of the House of Representatives who is the leader in that house of the party which commands the support of the majority of members of that house, semicolon. Or. Now, a semicolon means that that thing that we just read is a complete thought in and of itself, but other things could apply if that does not apply. But it applies because the situation is, it wants who she shall appoint means that she has no choice but to follow what the Constitution dictates. Shall means that. And she shall appoint a member of the House of Representatives who is the leader in that house of the party which commands the support of the majority of members in the House. That means Keith Rowley. Because Keith Rowley cannot resign as political leader of the party in the House and remain political leader everywhere else in the world. And I would like Israel Khan to tell the nation what mechanism exists. Before you put your opinions in the public space, you have to be able to explain it. What mechanism exists that allows for Keith Rowley to resign as political leader in the House? If you can't prove that he can resign as political leader in the House while remaining political leader outside, then Stuart Young's appointment is null and void and of no effect and can be challenged in court. Now, the decisions that has to be made, other advice that has to be sought, is if a legal challenge will delay the election. Because I do not know if the parliament has been dissolved. So that is what is required to trigger 76(4). 76(1)(a) and B, and we come back to this. If they stay between 76(1)(a) and B, if they stay there, they're going to lose. Now the decision the opposition forces have to decide is, if, because according to the Constitution, 5 years from August 10th, 2020 is the date of the next election. People will say about what in your pocket, what in your pocket. What in your pocket could snap an election before, but you have until that day. You have 5 years until that day, the last election. And you have to call an election on that day. And what legal advice we need to get, constitutional advice we need to get, and we may have to seek this outside, is if you challenge legally this appointment, what, if any, effect will it have on the actual calling of the election? Because legal challenge takes time. And that is the concern. And that is what has to be weighed. But if he is appointed as Prime Minister, under the existing requirements of the Constitution 76(1)(a), it fails. The President fails. And Israel can, with all due respect, is talking foolishness, because he doesn't respect the fact that in the Constitution, and I will make this point and I'll go with him to the Privy Council, the Constitution has a progression. In the English language, we have a call, we're going to take that call.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. Good morning, you hearing us? We're going to work that out and figure it out. I guess I have to bring my headphones and stuff from tomorrow so that we don't have situations where we have another call. All right, let's try and manage it, Kyle. Thanks a lot for this.
Good morning. Good morning, Philip.
Good morning.
What a brand new talk shows at 91.9 to bring the truth to the people and them. And now you know what's going on with this wicked PNN government. All you're going to appoint this Prime Minister here. Philip, I locked on listening. I know you're that man, you bring it real and it's talk your mind. So I locked on listening. Let's keep up the good work. Welcome to 91.9.
Thank you for that, my brother. Thank you for that. And I appreciate that. Kyle, you have to control what's coming through the phone lines, right? So monitor for that. But I was saying again, and I want to say this, and I want to say this to Israel Khan. I want you to understand the language has a progression, and the Constitution was written in the English language, and the progression is, if they wanted 76(1)(b) to be a choice, if they wanted the president, that's another call, if they wanted the president to have the choice between 76(1)(a) and 76(1)(b), there would have been a simple comma after house and not a semicolon. And that is where this entire thing is hinged. Because it is said, a member of the House of Representatives who is the leader in that house of the party which commands the support of the majority of members of that house. The only way Keith Rowley could get away from being the leader in that house is A, he resigned as member of Parliament for Diego Martin West, which would bring the government and the opposition to equal footing in the Parliament, and we will head for election anyway. Because it will be 1919. They have a one-seat majority right now. Or if he resigns as political leader today. Because if he resigns as political leader today, then the president could say that there is no clear leader. And that's what 76(b) says. Where it appears to the president, it says to him, because when this was written, I don't think they anticipated that we would have female presidents, obviously. Where it appears to him that the party does not have an undisputed leader in that house, or that no party commands the support of such a majority, the member of the House of Representatives who, in his judgment, is most likely to command the support of the majority of members of the House. Now, that judgment is going to come from letters of support. But it says that where it appears, and I want to go back to Israel Khan and other people who are talking that same brain rot, because the president does not rely on letters of support after an election. After the election, the political leader of the party that won the election, that has the majority of seats in the Parliament, that won the majority of seats in the Parliament, that person, that leader, is called to form a government. That's the system. That's the law. That's the Constitution. That's also the precedent we follow from Great Britain. So, if we are to vary that, it has to be constitutional. Anything other than that violates the Constitution, and I want Trinidad and Tobago to understand that Trinidad and Tobago exists because of this Constitution. This is our operation manual. These are two rocks in the sea that people exist on. And what turns that into a nation state is this document, the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. So this trumps everything else. You could write no law that contravenes the Constitution. You have to start and end there. You have to observe what the Constitution says. And I'm going to be very clear about this, because they're going to make announcements today. After this morning, sometime today, they are going to try to swear Stuart Young in. And I want you to understand. I want you to understand this clear. While a palace school in the PNM is just PNM business, that's not our concern. But anything else that takes place that contravenes the Constitution becomes a very serious issue for Trinidad and Tobago. And if the president makes an appointment that is null and void, we would exist as having no prime minister. That would be the state of Trinidad and Tobago. Because the president is a creature of the Constitution. And the president has to follow the dictates of the Constitution. And it says, where there is occasion for the appointment of a prime minister. What is the occasion for the appointment of a prime minister today? That Keith Rowley resigned as prime minister. So there is occasion for the appointment of a prime minister because the prime minister has resigned. The president shall appoint as prime minister a member of the House of Representatives who is the leader in that house of the party which commands the support of the majority of members of that house, semicolon. Who is that person? Keith Rowley. The president can look to no one else. She doesn't have the authority. She doesn't have the leeway. She could look to no one else. Keith Rowley has to be appointed. That is what the Constitution says. As long as he is the leader of the party and he exists in that house, he has to be appointed. The only way around this is for Keith Rowley to resign as political leader of the PNM or as member of Parliament for Diego Martin West. One of those two things. And as I said earlier, and I know we're going to be building this audience from the day we started without ads or anything because, well, we just literally got through with this opportunity and we wanted to just come out right now. They are working on advertisement and stuff to let people know. So I have no idea outside of what I am seeing on my live video, but I know 91.9 is a powerful radio station and that there are a lot of listeners. We're taking calls on 342-0081 and 466-5391. It is 8:25 Monday morning. It's a very serious Monday in Trinidad and Tobago, Monday, March the 17th. A lot of things going to happen today that's going to dictate how we move forward in the future because precedents are going to be set. I'm saying again, and I want to pin this to this. And anybody has any different or dissenting opinion on that, feel free to send that information to me via 682-2110 and we could read it on air to you. The other thing going on now is that this coming Saturday, the 22nd of March, the Progressive Empowerment Party is having its first election rally where we will be announcing our candidates for the general election, the upcoming general election. That's happening on the 22nd of March. There are two things happening on that day. From 2 to 5, it is open for the families, for children. There'll be bouncy castles and face painting and stuff for the children. But from 5 o'clock, the political meeting starts, the presentation of candidates starts, and we will have some very serious contributions, some very interesting guests. There'll be some surprises. So if you're following what we're doing, on Saturday, March 22nd, we will be live at our Bamboo office, which is our St. Joseph headquarters, and it is across from Grand Bazaar, right across the highway. Across from Grand Bazaar is once you get onto the overpass that takes you over the North-South Highway, opposite Grand Bazaar, you will see a big PEP billboard and you will know you will be at the right place. It's open to families, bring everybody and come. I'm clearing up a lot of these. I'm clearing up a lot of these things now. And we have a live link. If you want to send me the live link now, the official 91.9 live link, I could send that out to my broadcast. Trinidad and Tobago, I really want to say, we are in a bit of a pickle. Somebody's telling me 8:13 a.m. I see Mr. Joel Sprang Winter saying no audio. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know if it's radio. Everything good, and maybe that was earlier. Can you please increase the volume? I don't know what that is on the station. Yeah, that's what I'm getting there. You good there? Nice. Thank you for that, Peter. Trinidad and Tobago. There are a lot of other stuff going on, and some of it is distraction. I have to just, Kyle, I want to just take this call here. So I'm going to take a break. Trinidad and Tobago, I want to apologize. I'm going to take a short break here, and we're going to get right back to you in a short standby.
Put one up in the air. All the stress on your mind, put them problems aside and give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray and give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray. Another day above ground, I say, thank you, Father. I'm focusing on the positives. Cause yesterday I was down, today I feel strong. Yes, His love in the heart. Dirty up my name around tongue. I do them no wrong. Jaja have we back. And I shouting, whoa Lord I thankful, whoa Lord I thankful. It's you who give me health and strength. Whoa Lord I thankful, it's you give me the handful. Every day you're blessing me. Only a turn back and it's nothing we nature. Money in we pocket. This life I want love it. Only a turn back and it's nothing we nature. Food on we table. I good and I able. We can jump up and wave. I thankful for life. To see another sunrise. Me to one up in the air. All the stress on your mind. Put them problems aside. And give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray and give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray. I'm thankful, but be mindful. I'm so for a new day, for a new day. Hey, I'm thankful, Lord. Always be thankful.
You are listening to the Street 919 FM. Stay with us for news, interviews, and commentary that shape our democracy. Street 919 FM, the official station that defends the nation.
Take a flick, who's a pick? That's my proof of life. But to be honest, I ain't really doing well. Have a lot on my mind. No shoulder to lean on, and soft man out of season. Still a toughen up and I fight my demons. Fight my demons. Tell me who gonna talk to who? My brothers have problems too. Man, I depressed and messed up too. Cause every day is something new. It's just me and I can't sleep at night. Cause I bleed and cry. Eyes you want to, eyes people to. Pray for me. Give me the confidence to talk. Pray for me. Somebody hold me hand and walk. I don't mean to disturb you, but if you're there, can you hear me? The next time you talk to Jah, call my name, call my name. You know I'm good, but not great. Just have a lot on my plate. Still I fight and I pray for my time, but I'll wait. I know my family's there to console me, but overthinking still keeps me lonely. Well, eyes you want to, eyes people too. Always had issues to open up, cause every time I cry I am man enough. So as I die, just another shot, I pull my mask up, living life like a mascot. But nobody don't know the things I'm faced with. Mental breakdown on a daily basis. Life ain't nothing to play with. Still looking for a place I don't want to run. Searching for a way to please everyone. I'm praying there's a testimony in this test, and God bless me with the strength to share with my son. So whenever you see me out there with a smile on my face, it don't mean I don't see rainy days, dog. Cause eyes you want to, eyes people to. Pray for me, give me the confidence to talk. Pray for me, somebody hold me hand and walk. I don't mean to disturb you, but if you're there, can you hear me? The next time you talk to Jah, call my name, call my name. You know I'm good, but not great. Just have a lot on my plate. Still I fight and I pray for my time, but I'll wait.
All right, we're back, and again, we are apologizing. So much is happening all at the same time, but we have on the phone right now the official opposition leader of Trinidad and Tobago and the leader of the United National Congress Coalition of Interest gearing up for the upcoming elections, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, Senior Counsel. Good morning, Mrs. Persad-Bissessar.
Good morning, Philip. Very happy to hear your voice on this bright, beautiful, sunshiny Monday morning. And I congratulate you on your inaugural show. I think you are today. Your talk show, is that today is your inaugural day on the station?
It is. It is.
I want to wish you the best of luck. You're a fighter.
Thank you.
And I know side by side in the coalition of interest, PEP will help us fix it.
Indeed. Thank you for that endorsement. But we started the show today talking, and I don't know if you're offering opinions at this point or if you're waiting to see how exactly they...
New credit. Please top up your account.
Sorry, what's going on there? What happened there? We lost the call? Sorry about that. We seem to have having a little bit of difficulty. Kyle, we good? To the opposition leader. You want to use ejecting? You want to use this? You can jack.
Yeah. Times I feel like nobody does understand me, and everybody coming on me. At times I feel like the old one thinks that I'm crazy, and if it's one thing I'm learning lately, that time I can't study people with all the bad mind and all the evil. They don't like my head for no reason. It's only people talking about people, and I can't take the whole talk, cause if the conversation don't work up, and if we get them a chance, they always talking about me. Until they got the validate me, you don't have to rate
And when we take in callers, mute my mic and
Say what you want, Muffin.
when we take in callers.
Bless me. Say what you want. Say what you want, Muffin.
You have the opposition leader back? Okay, so we're working on getting her back. We had some technical difficulties. It's an inaugural show, so it wouldn't be an inaugural show if there wasn't hiccups. And we apologize to everybody, but we know that you're with us. And we're going to this. Yeah? Nothing yet? Okay, it's very important that we get that opinion in and on record. I hope she is giving that opinion before, that you would know what is the position. But I know that she has asked the PNM to release the advice that they were given. Somebody said the YouTube feed coming across good so far. Well, right, that's good news. Keep giving me good news, people. But any bad news, of course, we're going to deal with it. I have the... somebody said you could use the call on my phone. Yes, but unfortunately, I have an Apple iPhone, and they don't have the dongle to connect it. I'll work with that from tomorrow. We good? Anyway, no, nothing yet. Michelle, on plug in? We are waiting on correcting this issue. On social media, on the Philip Edward Alexander Facebook. We are live on air, right? The request from the leader for what advice, you have the number? For what advice they got should guide us as to how they plan to make this happen. So let's see, we're making the call again, and I want to thank her for taking the time. I know she's making some long hours. Look at my hands. Pagua. How you get all of this up? We trying to get through here now.
Somebody hold me hand and walk. I don't mean to disturb you, but if you're there, can you hear me? The next time you talk to Jack, call my name. You know I'm good, but not great. Just have a lot on my plate. Still I fight and I pray for my time, but I'll wait. I know my family's there to console me, but overthinking still keeps me lonely. Well, eyes you want to, eyes people too. Always had issues to open up, cause every time I cry I am man enough. So as I die, just another shot, I pull my mask up, living life like a mascot. But nobody no know the things I'm faced with. Mental breakdown on a daily basis. Life ain't nothing to play with. Still looking for a place I know how to run. Searching for a way to please everyone. My praying is a testimony in this test, and God bless me with the strength to share with my son. So whenever you see me out there with a smile on my face, it don't mean I don't see rainy days, dog. Cause eyes you want to, eyes people to. Pray for me, give me the confidence to talk. Pray for me, somebody hold me hand and walk.
And we're back. Thank you to all of you following us on the YouTube channel, following us on, well, the Facebook people with us right through. Those of you who have been getting interruptions, we're just getting through all of the technical difficulties because this is a big show and a lot's going to be happening. Again, we have the opposition leader. I want to apologize to her for the technical difficulties. Mrs. Bissessa, you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. The question I had asked you before we had lost the call just now is, I know that you had asked for the advice, the legal advice that they were relying on to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish. Do you have a position this morning as to what your plan or the party's plan is in response? Do you have any idea where they're going with this?
Okay, so Philip, there are two matters here. One is we asked for the legal opinions. Of course, I don't think they would give us. What is also important, in addition to whatever advice they may have had, is under what section is the Her Excellency the President proceeding. And we will not know that until later today. That's important because then we can develop legally to see if they have operated under the appropriate sections. In terms of the legalese, the lawyers are looking at, but you see now, Philip, just call election. They should just call election, let the people decide. This has been a coup, a bloodless coup, of course, but at the same time, an attack on the democracy of Trinidad and Tobago. There's a word that is used, a sort of Spanish word about it, where you have used the Constitution and really malign that Constitution, torture that Constitution to achieve a particular end. So here we have a Prime Minister who was not elected by the people and a Prime Minister who was not elected by even his own party. If you would know it, I mean, you have spoken on this. If this is not a trampling on our Constitution and, more important, our democratic rights, then tell me what is. So it's a cause for great concern and tells us how they intend to govern. They will bend and twist and distort everything in order to achieve their end. And that's where you and I and others come in. I liked your words this morning when you talk about UNC being a united coalition of interests. And if I can follow up with that, and of course, you can come back to me. As you know, we've been talking with your party, the PP. We've been talking with the unions, and we have two candidates being proposed by the OWTU. We are speaking with the PSA, and we intend to finalize some arrangements there. And the COP has reached out to us again, and we are in discussions with them. So we are well on the way to forging that coalition of interests for the benefit of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Mike, yeah, thank you so very much for all of that information on behalf of all the listeners, because I know, and this show is going to go a long way in that, clearing up a lot of the misinformation and a lot of the misconceptions. 91.9 has their powerful following, and we have ours on social media. So I want to thank you for giving us that information. Welcome aboard to the Congress of the People. I've told them that we're having this event on Saturday. People looking forward, and they're asking me, oh gosh, please, see what you can do to get the leader to speak. I tried to explain to them they have protocols where parties are concerned, and the first joint meeting that we should have should be on a UNC platform. That's the correct position, right?
Yes, certainly, and on a UNC platform, but also when we have our entire coalition together.
Right.
So that should not take us too long again, you know. But I'm seeing something very interesting, Philip. We would not know until later today. But as you know, the law is that when a prime minister is appointed, and this is different from a prime minister being appointed to act. This is a substantive prime minister just to be sworn in today. The law, the constitution tells us that every minister is gone. They lose their job. They no longer have a minister's job. And that is why we will witness today, later today, ministers being shuffled about and new ministers coming forward. So in looking at that, I think it is clear that this is a shuffling of the same old guard. So I do not expect any benefit, any advantages coming from any new cabinet that will be appointed today. What are your views, Philip?
I don't understand what would be the point of all of this. This is just an entire mess that seems to be throwing the country into further anxiety at a time when the economy is collapsing, when national security has failed. People are afraid to go out of their house in daylight, much less nighttime. You don't know if you're safe home. Children going to school, the education system not delivering the health care. We don't even know what's going on in the nation's hospitals right now. All of that's happening, and you add this anxiety to it when the people just want a government to take care of business. And I fully agree with what you said earlier. Call the election. That is the solution to this entire mess. If Keith Rowley is fed up of the job, or if he's running from somebody, because it doesn't make sense. We have no understanding as to why this is happening. And that's a question. We've been talking about the how and the what a lot, but I don't understand why this is happening at this point. He has a couple months left in his government because 5 years from the 10th of August 2020 is the deadline for an election. So what's this for? What is this about? You have any clue?
Well, I think all will be revealed in due course. I mean, there's a lot of speculation. There are many conspiracy theories and so on, and it will come forward. It will come forth. But I want to pay a little more attention. You know, when I read some of the things that they said yesterday on the platform, this is the last speech of an outgoing prime minister. And in that speech, 90% of the time was spent about the opposition leader. I think when that gentleman goes home, he probably, he's probably, I'm renting space in his brain or something.
Well, you see, I wanted to say this morning, because I saw the picture with him and his wife by the ensign, and I wanted to say to him, in your mind is Kamala sitting on the other leg, because he has you on his mind. He's been the prime minister for 10 years, and everything is still you. So in his mind, are you still running the country? I don't know. If they've not been able to take any control of the country in the past 10 years to effectively run and manage the country, because I can't remember you saying between 2010 and 2015, I can't remember the word Manning coming out your mouth at all. So I don't understand. I know that in politics, when you assume office, you accept that the last person, all the failures of the last person, and we move forward, whatever you think the failures were. But you don't dwell on it. And I don't understand what this obsession that he has with you is. I think psychologists should weigh in on this.
All right, I wouldn't go too far on that discussion, but it is something worth exploring. The other thing I noticed, and we can discuss it, is that all the issues raised, of course, there are no issues that were raised that help, as you say, all the ills to help fix it, in your words, fix it. Instead, we have distractions. Let's take one. And you know, they're the masters of distraction. So one, Sanders comes up again. The scandals associated with Sanders. So what should we all do? Run off and start to talk about Sanders and scandals. He talks about getting rid of the Privy Council. So what should we all do? Grab onto that, and we all talk about getting rid of the Privy Council. And so if you go down the litany of issues raised, not a single one has anything to do with what you just raised, which is for the benefit of people, for better health care, for a better education system, for better infrastructure, and for creating jobs, for diversifying the economy. Not a thing that was said yesterday gives us any inkling, any hope that there will be benefits to people and that the quality of life of people will be improved. Instead, as I say, distraction, the other word, red herrings, every single one of those issues the gentleman raised were distractions. And yes, that is funny. We grab onto it, we put our teeth into it, and everybody's going off on all these tangents. When what are the real issues is the quality of life.
Indeed.
Whether it's with respect to crime, healthcare, infrastructure, education, economy. Nothing for any benefit in those, and therefore we are spinning top in mud with whatever it is, an old government outgoing or a new government incoming. It is the same failed strategies and ideas that they're putting forward. That's how I see it.
Well, I think that I look forward. I speak for everybody when I say we look forward to the response to whatever they try to do today. Everybody on the edge of their seats, because we have a lot of people putting out legal advice that because they don't know, the PNM has not said how they propose to end run the Constitution, to find a way to foist this man as Prime Minister. I hear he's picked a cabinet and they're going to appoint ministers and an attorney general. But it seems to me that they're trying to form a government without an election.
You're totally correct. That's what is happening. And well, the Constitution allows for that. Where a new prime minister, I'm saying provides, not allows, provides where a new prime minister is appointed. And you come back to the legally. When I was a law student many years ago, we go to the law and we must go to the law. We are governed by the rule of law. I remember there was a very famous dictum from a judge out of the United States, and where he said, do not rest your faith upon laws and upon constitutions. And he developed that point further down. And then the bottom line was, liberty lies in the hearts of men and women, and not in any law books. Words to
Indeed.
that effect.
Indeed.
And I don't want us now, Philip, to go too much into the legalese of this. That is why I come back again. Liberty lies in the hearts of men and women. That is where you rest your faith. That is where you rest your future. And that is why I'm suggesting we don't get tied in the legalese. So that election has to be called and will be called very shortly. So let's gird our loins. Let's put our strength and let us make sure that we mobilize people to stand up for their liberty and for their rights and their
Amen.
freedom.
Well said.
And not get too tied up in courthouse. I mean, we have court closed. We have very good lawyers. I had mentioned that we were going, our lawyers are still looking at it, but that is not my end all and be all. My end all and be all, as I say, liberty lies in the hearts of men and women. Rest your faith there. And I think that is where we should be going.
Madam Opposition Leader, I think you inspired me and everybody listening. We're getting ready to hit the road. It's time. Elections coming. I want to thank you for taking the call on the inaugural show and blessing us. And I'll talk to you soon.
Certainly, and to all your listeners, God bless. Thank you all very much.
Have a great day. All right, so we're gonna wrap up the inaugural show of Pep Talks on a morning 8 to 9 on 91.9. I want to thank Michelle. I want to thank Kyle. I want to thank Iwer. I want to thank everybody who went out of their way to make sure that despite all of the little hiccups, we were able to pull it off bang on. Yeah, so as we count down to the wrap up, this is the start of many a good show. Thank you very, very much, Kamala Prasad Bissessa, for blessing us with that call. And to all of you who were locked on and listening, get ready, gird your loins. It's about to happen. We're hitting the road. As soon as that bell ring, we're ready for them. 11 seconds to go. The countdown, we're there. We're here. Until tomorrow, stay safe. Trinidad and Tobago.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social